Ever wondered who's pulling the strings in your life? Is it you or is it someone else narrating your story? It's a quirky question, isn't it? But it carries a profound truth. Who is the author of your life's novel? Is it you or is it being ghostwritten by others? The concept of controlling one's narrative is not just a fancy phrase. It's about taking the reins of your existence, your story, your reality. It's about choosing the path you walk on, the decisions you make, the highs, the lows, and yes, even the bloopers. Let's dive into an amusing scenario. Picture this. A gym instructor is narrating your life. It might sound something like, in the grand saga of failed diets, our hero once again fell victim to the vicious allure of late-night pizza. Despite the promise of a summer body, the siren call of pepperoni was too strong to resist. It's funny, right? But on a serious note, it's a poignant reminder of how your narrative can drastically change based on who's holding the pen. And in this case, it's a gym instructor with a wicked sense of humor and a penchant for dramatic flair. The power of narrative is immense. It shapes how we view ourselves, how others perceive us, and ultimately, how our life unfolds. It's the difference between being a puppet in someone else's play or being the playwright of your own masterpiece. The narrative of your life is not just about what you do, but how you interpret and internalize those events. It's about finding your voice amidst the cacophony of others, about standing tall even when the world tries to box you in. So let's circle back to our initial question, but let's add a twist. Now, imagine your life as a reality TV show. Who would you want to hold the remote control? You or the producer sitting in a cushy chair? It's your narrative, your story. Make sure you're the one writing it. Speaking of reality TV shows, let's pirouette our way into the world of Dance Moms. Now, if you've been living under a rock, or perhaps you've been too busy perfecting your own pirouettes, Dance Moms is a reality TV phenomenon that first hit our screens back in 2011. The show takes us behind the scenes of the competitive world of dance, following a group of talented young dancers and, more importantly, their passionate, dedicated, and sometimes overly zealous mothers. These aren't your average soccer moms, oh no. Picture the intensity of an NFL coach, the strategic planning of a chess grandmaster, and the ferocity of a mama bear protecting her cubs. Then you're getting close to the level of commitment we're talking about. What makes Dance Moms so captivating? Is it the incredible talent of the young dancers, their determination and work ethic that would put most adults to shame? Or could it be the drama that unfolds when you put a group of competitive dance moms in a room together? It's like watching a ballet performance with the suspense of a thriller movie. And let's not forget the show's impact. Dance Moms didn't just entertain us with pirouettes and plies, it gave us a fascinating insight into the world of competitive dance. It sparked conversations about the pressure on young performers, the role of parents in their children's success, and the intensity of competition at such a young age. So whether you're a fan of dance, reality TV, or just love a good dose of drama, Dance Moms has something for everyone. It's a whirlwind of sweat, sequins, and stage mothers, a reality TV show like no other. And remember, it's all fun and games until someone loses a tutu, right? Now let's talk about a dramatic return that had everyone talking. Enter stage right, Chloe and Christy Lukasiak. The Lukasiaks' return to the Dance Moms reunion was nothing short of a spectacle, like a couple of royal highnesses gracing us with their presence after a long hiatus. It was as if the red carpet was rolled out and the dance floor transformed into a runway with paparazzi flashes lighting up the room. Of course, I'm exaggerating slightly, but hey, isn't that what dramatic comebacks are all about? Chloe and Christy, the mother-daughter duo, made their way back into the Dance Moms fold, and boy did they know how to make an entrance. It wasn't just a reunion, it was a statement, a declaration that they were back, ready to take control of their narrative, ready to dance their way back into our hearts. Now let's not forget, this isn't just any reality TV show we're talking about. This is Dance Moms, a show that's seen its fair share of drama, tears, and of course, incredibly talented dancers. So for the Lukasiaks to return, it was like a breath of fresh air, a gust of wind that blew away the cobwebs and breathed new life into the show. Their return was met with a mix of shock, surprise, and sheer delight. And why wouldn't it be? After all, it's not every day that you see a comeback that's as well choreographed as a dance routine. But let's not get carried away. After all, this is the Lukasiaks we're talking about. They don't just make an entrance, they own the stage. They don't just dance, they tell a story. And this reunion, well, it was just the first chapter of their new story. So here's to the Lukasiaks, the comeback queens of dance moms. They've shown us that it's never too late to return to the stage, to take control of your narrative, and to remind everyone just why they fell in love with you in the first place. And that, my friends, is how you make a comeback. But why did the Lukasiaks decide to return? Was it for the fame, the fortune, or the frills, you may ask? Well, let's dive into it, shall we? Chloe and Christy Lukasiak, the dynamic mother-daughter duo, had more than just the bright lights and sequined costumes in mind when they decided to waltz their way back to the Dance Moms reunion. Yes, the allure of fame and fortune can be quite enticing, but for the Lukasiaks, it was all about controlling their narrative. Now, I know what you're thinking. Narrative control doesn't sound as glamorous as the limelight. And you'd be right. But let's face it, who wouldn't want to be the author of their own story? You see, in the whirlwind world of reality TV, it's easy to get lost in the shuffle. One moment you're pirouetting to the top, the next you're tumbling down, all at the whim of a crafty editor's storyline. It's like a never-ending game of Simon Says. But Simon is a television producer with a flair for drama. Perhaps the Lukasiaks were tired of the plot twists. Maybe they decided that it was high time they danced to their own tune, rather than letting someone else choreograph their moves. And what better way to do that than by returning to the show that started it all? Of course, we can't rule out other completely absurd reasons for their return. Maybe they missed the smell of hairspray in the morning, or the crunch of rhinestones underfoot, or perhaps they yearned for the sweet melody of the phrase 5, 6, 7, 8. But let's not get carried away here. At the heart of it, Chloe and Christy Lukasiak wanted to show us their reality, their experiences, their dance. And that, my friends, is the true essence of controlling the narrative. So it wasn't about the sequined costumes after all, but about taking control of their own narrative. Who would have thought? So what can we take away from the world of high buns and high drama? Well, let's start with a few important life lessons. First up, never underestimate the power of a well-placed pirouette. Just like Chloe Lukasiak, sometimes you've just got to spin right into the spotlight and take control of your own narrative. Lesson 2. It's okay to step on a few toes. Figuratively, of course. Like Christy Lukasiak, sometimes you need to push a little to ensure your voice is heard. Just remember to apologize afterwards. After all, we're not barbarians. And finally, lesson 3. Never let anyone else choreograph your life. You're the one who knows your rhythm best. So whether it's a cha-cha or a quick step, make sure you're the one calling the shots. Now, let's take these lessons and apply them to the Lukasiaks' case. They've shown us that controlling your narrative isn't just about telling your story. It's about owning it, living it, and making sure it's true to you. And occasionally, it's about throwing in a high kick for good measure. So remember, folks, life isn't just about following the routine, it's about creating your own dance, your own pace, and your own path. It's about getting out there and showing the world what you've got. And who knows, maybe you'll inspire someone else to do the same. Maybe you'll be the reason someone else decides to take control of their narrative, to step into the spotlight, and to dance like nobody's watching. But until that day comes, keep practicing those twirls, keep stepping on those toes, and keep choreographing your own life. And there you have it, folks. Whether you're a dance mom or just a couch potato, don't forget to possess your own remote control and be in control of your entertainment. It's time to take charge and embrace the experience. If you found this reunion video enjoyable and crave more captivating dance content, be sure to subscribe and enable notifications so you never miss a moment. Join our thriving dance community by leaving a comment, sharing your cherished dance memories, or suggesting ideas for future videos. Let's unite to keep the rhythm alive and ignite the YouTube dance floor. Keep dancing and always remember, this show is yours.